I think we're live, and welcome to the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. So, thanks for joining in today. Thanks for tuning in today. Should be an exciting conversation here. Hope you guys are doing really well. Let me know you can hear me out in the chat. Appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate the likes, etc. So, thanks again for being here. Really appreciate it. So today I kind of wanted to talk about some of the more mainstream type of, I guess you could say, typical companies, mainstream companies that are actually interested in blockchain and in crypto. So one of the things I wanted to kind of talk about was, how we're starting to see in these different areas, different sectors of the country, different business sectors where you have banking institutions, you have trading institutions, you have actual retail institutions who are seriously looking into blockchain technology, and not just blockchain, but also crypto, buying, selling crypto, trading crypto, things like that. One of the things I kind of wanted to throw out here, let's see if I can pull this up correctly. So Citi is talking about actually starting to trade Bitcoin futures. I don't like the futures on there. It needs to be just Bitcoin. And Goldman Sachs is also trying to provide its client demand for cryptos, trying to figure out how to go take care of those things. What's interesting to me with this is that it's a mainstream financial institutions who are looking at trading and buying and holding, selling crypto. You got Walmart, who recently announced that they're looking for people to help them figure out how to set up accepting cryptocurrencies payment at their cash registers, stuff like that. That's a pretty big movement, if you ask me, into the world, as I've been talking about, of cryptocurrency, buying and selling and trading it. Guess what? It's coming mainstream, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And it's one of those things that we who've been in this space for so long, folks like myself, folks like Bitcoin Ben, other folks that I know who've been in this for such a long time, we know what's coming down the pipe. There's nothing, these institutions, these financial institutions, they're not going to be able to do anything except join. One thing they need to start paying attention to is they need to stop trying to put it into their constructs of the old system. The new system's created. They need to start joining up and joining the new revolution, if you will, of how money and trade takes place. So I think interesting, Citi Group and other like Goldman Sachs and Goldman Sachs is kind of behind the USDC movement, but Citigroup, this is new for them, actually trading the futures. I think it was NYDIG and one of the branches or arms of Fidelity. They're working with U.S. banks to actually set up the capability for customers to go in and buy, sell, trade, hold, and spend cryptocurrencies from their regular bank accounts. Guys, this is becoming mainstream. I've been saying it to my friends, family for years and years and years now. You guys need to pay attention. You need to start getting into this. You start obtaining these assets because they are true assets or freedom assets. This goes back to freedom. My perspective on blockchain technology is it means freedom for humanity. Not just from a monetary perspective, okay? We have the ability to build automation into systems that we currently have that have no automation in them. We have the ability to set different structures and things up that allow us as humanity to be able to go and focus on other things because we don't have to do the day-to-day mundane stuff because that can be automated for us. I think that the further down the road we go here, and even especially towards the end of this year, you're going to start to see a lot of major companies come really not just dipping their toes into cryptocurrency or blockchain technology. I think you're going to start seeing them jump, off the high dive and jump straight in And I think it's going to be a very big splash. And I think it's going to cause a lot of industry disruption from a standpoint of the stock market as we know it, like, the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, etc., the Dow, those kinds of platforms. Businesses are going to start looking at how they can get themselves listed on a crypto exchange. They're going to tokenize their business. They're going to create their own coins, and that's going to be the stock that they use. Think about all the major retailers. Like I said, Walmart's already looking into doing cryptocurrency payments and or anything with cryptocurrency. It would probably be wise of them to figure out how to create a Walmart coin and stand it up on the crypto exchanges, the major crypto exchanges, and people buy and sell like they do today in the coins for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going into mainstream, folks. It's time to start paying attention to this. It's time to start really asking people like myself, people who are part of Bitcoin Ben's founders group, to start educating yourselves on this stuff. I started a company, and you can see the company logo here and the QR code. I don't know which side it is. I'm not looking at the screen here. Scan that QR code. I'll take you to my website. Schedule some time with me. Let's talk. If you want to learn how to do this stuff, I'll teach you. That's one of the things I love doing, is teaching people how to do this. But I also like working with businesses, helping people like the Walmarts of the world go and build out blockchain platforms or just to kind of figure out how to actually solve for what they're trying to do when it comes to cryptocurrency or blockchain. One of the things I kind of want to talk about again with the mainstream here, the number of Cardano Millionaires. Cardano is a competitor to Ethereum. The two CEOs of Ethereum and Cardano used to work together on the Ethereum project. So now that Cardano is coming out and they're building themselves a real platform that is a true competitor to Ethereum, you're going to start to see, and it's already proof of stake, and Ethereum can't launch proof of stake or hasn't been able to successfully do that yet. It's taken a lot longer than I think they anticipated. You're going to start to see Cardano start to take some of the market share from Ethereum. When you want to build a blockchain platform, instead of building it from the ground up, you can go and stand up a smart contract or an ERC20 token or both, and build out your blockchain, your platform that you're going to do. And a lot of the blockchains that we have and see today, those already are stood up on the Ethereum blockchain. Well, people are going to start building on the Cardano blockchain now, or the EOS blockchain. EOS is another one that I think that's going to do very well, especially if Ethereum doesn't start figuring out what they're going to do with their smart contract platform, with their proof of stake platform. I know that they're launching it, they're in the middle of doing it, and the thing is, though, is that you've got a whole bunch of miners who are going to have a difficult time moving over to a proof of stake environment. I was listening to a talk yesterday, and I forget who it was. Basically, proof of work is totally randomized. Proof of stake isn't quite. It's not like you're centralizing it. It's still decentralized and distributed, but it's a little more, what you're going to get kind of thing out of it. With mining or proof of work, it's completely random. The miners work together. Whoever's the one who solves the mathematical equation with their equipment is the one who gets the reward. So we're evolving in this space and we're growing in this space. I think that, again, going back to how there's different competitions from these businesses. I'm going to call them businesses. They're not just blockchain platforms or blockchain projects. They're actual businesses. They have a goal, a solution for the world, and they're building it for everybody to use. I think that's phenomenal. And if you look at getting into these different projects like Ethereum or like Cardano here, people have become millionaires on Cardano. They become millionaires on Bitcoin. They become millionaires on Ethereum. EOS, they've become millionaires in Litecoin. These platforms. This is a form of value transfer from the old system into the new system. And humanity, you guys, us, we have the opportunity to get into this now. And in the past, you're still early from a technological standpoint. How a tech cycle works is you have the inception, you have the builders, you have the alpha testers, the beta testers, then you have the early adopters, and then you have the I forget what it's specifically called. Let's just go ahead. I know there's a step between early adopters and then mainstream. So I forget the technical term is for it, so my apologies. But then you go into mainstream, right? We're still at that. We're coming out of the beta testers into the early adopters. We're still in that transition period. This is still very early for this stuff. Pricing wise, guys, the US dollar is dying. So when you're looking at the price of these things in the US dollar, you got to realize that that's not going to be the way it is in the not too far future. I like to look at the value of all of these projects when it equates to gold, silver, something like that. Or how many houses can I buy with X amount of Bitcoins, or how many Bitcoins does it cost to buy a house? Stuff like that. So we actually have a physical real world goods type of a setup. So I think that it works out better for us at the end of the day to be able to go and get into this stuff now, because later on it's going to be much like it is today with the stock market, with housing, things like that. You guys have an opportunity to create generational wealth for your families. I say it like I do in all my videos. I'm not giving you financial advice. Please do your own research. I'm not giving you tax or legal advice. Do your own research. This is educational. Maybe this is your research. That's fine. These are things that I'm personally looking into. These are things that I love to learn and to teach other people about. So one of the things that we've seen recently, actually think it got passed last night or yesterday, the $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. This is an interesting article here on Cointelegraph here, that blockchain is infrastructure. Yeah, it is. Everything that we do today has some sort of infrastructure behind it. You have to look at blockchain as the backbone of your systems. From a blockchain perspective, in any retailer, in anything that has to do with the supply chain, anything that has to do with keeping records, tracking, anything that has to do, which is everything that we do, guys. The food you eat from a restaurant is tracked from its original location to you. The stuff you buy at a store is tracked from where it was made to your hands. Everything that we do in life, the gas that you put in your tanks, the fuel that you use, everything is tracked. The amount of electricity used is tracked. Everything is tracked. That can all be on a blockchain, and it will be. Because blockchain is decentralized. Blockchain is also distributed. There has been nothing in the world to date that is like this. You're going to have industry completely change because it's all being disrupted right now, because they have centralized tracking of all of these different things. You have to understand that as you decentralize those things, it gives humanity, I can look at that now and see what's taking place. It allows transparency. It allows a business who is in retail to be able to forecast appropriately because they know where stuff's at in transit. They know where it's going to be. Things like that are very, very powerful and very, very important. Blockchain is infrastructure. So it makes sense that they would actually, it gives credence to, it validates more that they actually included it into the infrastructure bill. Now, they're going to try and tax it. Like I said yesterday, good luck. It's already, or they're going to try regulating it. Again, like I said yesterday, good luck. It's not going to work because it's already a regulated system. It's a self-regulated system. And it's not a currency when it's a blockchain. A blockchain is just a decentralized and distributed system. It's a decentralized and distributed compute / database. It's not something you can just go and tax. So these people who think that they know what they're doing from a legislative standpoint have no idea what they're doing. If any of you guys maybe catch this from a legislative standpoint, want to talk to me, let's talk, and I'll teach you what it is so you can go back and make the rules and laws accordingly. In my perspective, you need to leave it alone and not make any laws around it and let it be free like it's supposed to be, because no one's going to listen to them at the end of the day because the system's already self-regulated. But I digress. Moving on real quick. Let's see here. One of the other things I wanted to kind of talk about. 12-year-old coder is going to make or could make approximately $400,000. That's pretty profound that a child could make money when it comes to cryptos. NFTs, non-fungible tokens, that is a digital representation on a blockchain of a physical world good. Or in this case, as he's made digital art, kind of like the CryptoPunks made their different things. They have some images here of kind of some of the stuff that he's built there. But just kind of put it into perspective, a child can make money in cryptocurrency doing something that they love to do. He's a coder. He likes to code. He learned at an early age. That's pretty profound. Again, blockchain and cryptocurrency give humanity, all of humanity, an opportunity to actually make and do something with themselves for their lives. NFTs are going to become the way that we buy and sell homes in the future. They actually already are in here. Let me see if I can find it. Copy. They have successfully set up, let's see, where is it here? Sorry to do this on the fly. Yep, the world's first real estate NFT. They've set it up so you can buy and sell homes using an NFT. I think it was Bitcoin Cowboy who mentioned this to me at Bitcoin Ben's conference in Boerne, Texas, back in July, that Proppy actually has already gone and done this. So an NFT, for you guys to understand, being a non-fungible token, it's a digital representation of a physical good in the real world. Okay, that means that if you put your house in an NFT and you want to go sell that, whoever buys the NFT buys your home. And you can set it up so that the deed gets transferred to the owner of that NFT in the NFT. So it can be coded and programmed into it. You set up the smart contract around it, which is an automated piece of software that runs and does automated actions like how a lawyer would typically run through and check everything. It could automatically check everything. How you would have to sign all your paperwork and stuff like that. You put that in the NFT and you just fill it out. Once it's filled out, whoever buys it owns that NFT, therefore owns your house. You could put all kinds of different constructs in there to allow you to, typically what you would do with a realtor, how I'm going to buy your house for X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, you can set it up to make an offer, have an auction, things like that. Something else that's really, really cool that you can do with an NFT is you could build a building. And some of my listeners here from, have come over from Bitcoin Ben's channel. He's talking about it today. There are buildings, there are high rises, there are apartment complexes, there are condos, there are homes and houses that are being set up to where you take ownership kind of from a crowdsourced perspective. You could go buy a whole unit inside of the building, or you could buy part of it via NFT. So kind of like buying a token or a Bitcoin or an Ethereum, you're going to buy an NFT that gives you partial or full ownership of a unit. And as that unit makes money from renting it out to regular patrons, you're going to end up receiving a portion or all of the return from that investment. So that's how this is going, folks. There are so many things you can tokenize. There are so many things that you can take blockchain and turn it into all this amazing new economy. This is the new economy. This is how businesses are going to run going forward. This is how we're gonna actually go and take our monetary system back. We're gonna take our industries back. Right now, they've got so much red tape, so much stuff is taking place that prevents us from actually making the money we are supposed to make, making a living how we want to make a living. We have everything that's happened recently with recent events, I won't name them here, that has basically, hamstrung the entire country, really the entire world. What's going on? What are they trying to really do? How is this going to benefit anyone in any way? They're not. They're trying to block you and create problems, and they're trying to make it so that you have to, or you're more willing to give up your freedom for protection. I've said it, and I think I've said it in every video I've made so far. Benjamin Franklin said it, that those who are willing to give up their freedom for security deserve neither. Blockchain technology gives humanity the freedom they deserve, the freedom that we are given by our Creator, the freedom that we were born with. Okay? This gives everyone a nice, even, I wouldn't necessarily say level playing field, but it puts the power back to the people's hands. It's up to us to go and build this new economy. It's a net new economy. It's brand new. It's clean. It's not messed up. Very much so like the internet did. We all need to realize that this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and it's at our fingertips now. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it and go and run with these different things. If you have an idea, let's do this. If you have an idea, okay, then you think that blockchain may be a solution, schedule some time with me. Let's talk about it. I would love to I love chatting about new ideas with folks. I love to see, if you're net new to blockchain and cryptocurrency, let's talk. I'd love to chat with you. It's a lot of fun to me to just get someone else's perspective, to get somebody else's knowledge on this stuff, and to get, to hear their ideas out, and may say, hey, yeah, that might work, or no, that might work, but here's how you maybe could go do that kind of thing. I like to say, from a technology perspective, that if you don't remain humble and teachable and willing to learn from somebody who has never done this before, from a child, even from anyone and everyone, then you're going to fall behind, and you're going to end up not continuing on. You're going to become stale, and if you're not willing to learn. Technology moves so fast, and in the blockchain and crypto world, 2 weeks is like 2 years worth of time. This stuff is moving so fast. You can't own them all, so don't try. Figure out the ones that make sense to you and go obtain them. Figure out the projects that you want to see succeed and help back them. That's the kind of environment we're in now, where it's literally decentralized. We're decentralizing everything. Let's have fun with it, folks. Let's have fun with it. And you know what? I think with that, that's going to be it for this morning show, or this afternoon show. I have a Patreon show, which actually meant to put that on here. There we go. So now you can't see me. Oh, well. Whatever. This is the Patreon show. It'll be 4:30 every afternoon, or at least I'm going to attempt to. I'll go into more detail on different subjects that this regular show isn't going to be appropriate for. I do $5 a month. Again, I said it before. It's only to keep the trolls out. If you guys want to join, I'd greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, the content on there, I'm not going to be able to share publicly because, it will get cut out. I'll put it that way. Make it safe and secure. So it's Patreon, the PAPAJO Show. But anyways, like, subscribe, share this out with everyone you know. I greatly appreciate it. The more of you guys out here having this, the more this information can get out, the more that I can try to help people understand from technology perspective, from a use case perspective, from a real world personal perspective, how this stuff can actually apply to everybody and how it does. I really appreciate everyone. Let me know if you guys want to hear any subjects or anything like that. Drop me a comment, and I'll see if I can cover that for you guys. Y'all have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk this afternoon.